How's it going? Got War here. I fancied having a chat about tabletop games, board games and RPGs, and collecting, which is what a lot of us like to do, collecting miniatures, collecting board games, collecting role-playing games, and in many cases not having very much time to play them and not having enough money to buy all the ones you want. There's a bit of noise in the background. It's just life. I'm in Thailand and there's motorbikes and it's loud, and I prefer that in some ways than being in a room talking, you know, like a lot of channels. It's great for them, but I like to get out, have a chat. It's been 30 odd degrees today. It's 5:30 now. It's getting cooler, a bit cooler. In fact, it's still hot. So if you haven't got a collection, right, you're in a great position. You might not think you are, because you see on YouTube and various places, you know, social media, we can see, if you waste your time on social media, a lot of stuff, yeah, amazing collections. But if you haven't got a collection, you're in a powerful position, because you can be a connoisseur and build your collection from zero and not waste your money on things you're not going to play and miniatures you're not going to paint. But it has to be a conscious decision you make, because if you get carried away and buy loads of board games and loads of miniatures and loads of role-playing games, you're going to have a pile of stuff you never use and you never play, and loads of money tied up in that, and it causes something called collector's angst. You get frustrated and you get annoyed at your collection, all these games that you never play, and then you think, should you sell them? Should you, but you don't want to sell them, because there's that fear that the game might go out of print, the miniature, you might not be able to get the miniature. But the fact is, those games you're probably never going to play, those miniatures you're probably never going to paint, so why have them? This is my opinion. I think the answer to that question is, it's a busy main road in Thailand now. The answer to the question on why you have, or why people in general have all these board games, isn't because they love board games. What they actually love is shopping. And the reason why a lot of people don't have time to play their board games or the role-playing games is because they love shopping, and they also love watching YouTube and being on social media, because all the time you're wasting on YouTube, you could be playing a board game, but you're not. It's easier to watch videos that people like me, well, channels that are better than my channel, have made about board games, and it's quite good fun. I mean, I love doing it as well. It's easy to do that for a few hours, isn't it? Click through loads of videos, different board games, top 10s. I mean, top 10s. How many times have you sat and watched top 10 videos? And a lot of the time it's covering games that are already in your collection that you could actually be playing. What that is called, right, is madness. It's crazy. As crazy as I look now, walking down the road, talking to my phone. But yeah, so I think that the point of this long ramble is, I'll state it again, people like shopping and people like watching YouTube videos more than they actually enjoy playing games. Or at least that's what their laziness causes them to do. Because there's two types of hobby that I've identified in my thinking. And again, everything in this video is just my opinion. There's passive hobbies and there's active or proactive hobbies. So passive hobbies would be scrolling through Facebook or watching TV or something like that. And an active hobby would be something like playing your guitar, learning language, playing a board game, because it takes effort and time and planning. I think it's important to have both, but it's very easy to just have passive ones instead of active ones, because a lot of people are fundamentally lazy. But I mean, I'm talking about myself now. I'm not necessarily talking about you. I don't even know you, so I wouldn't be as arrogant to tell you what you should or shouldn't do with your collection, or whether you watch too much YouTube. I know I have in the past, and I would guess there's probably a lot of other people that are in the same boat. And if I touch back on why we feel like we want to buy a lot of board games, I think part of it is also the fear of missing out, the fear that a game might go out of print. There was a game called Ravine that I wanted to get and I didn't, and then I couldn't get it. Everywhere was sold out. It's nice, isn't it? Some Thai food there. Everything was sold out, and you're going to be scalped if you want to buy off eBay. And none of us want us to be scalped, but in a way we're scalping ourselves, aren't we, by buying loads of games we're never going to play, unless we maybe sell them in the future for a profit. But I mean, who does that? Who can be actually bothered to sell off games? I mean, I can't be bothered. Well, I like clicking add to cart purchase and it arriving at my door, but I don't like, you know, going onto eBay and trying to sell something and then having to post it and send it. I don't know if other people are of the same mind. That's why I think a lot of games in miniatures will just they'll just stay on your shelf for years and years and years and years, and you'll never play them. As I said, you love shopping, you love watching other people playing on YouTube and things like that. Am I right or am I wrong? Let me know in the comments section. I'd be interested to know what your take is and what your thoughts are. If you've got any thoughts on it, just yeah, over to you. Cheers, guys.